Hello and welcome from Budapest. This is Hungary Reports, kicking off Public Media M1's foreign language news hour. I'm Árpád Szőci with the latest from Hungary and the Carpathian Basin. Great that you can be with us. The new European Commission, led by Ursula von der Leyen, has been approved. On Wednesday, a majority in the European Parliament voted in favor of the new members that also includes Hungarian Oliver Várhelyi as Commissioner for Neighbourhood and Enlargement Policy. The vote went 461 in favor, 157 against, and 89 abstentions. In her speech before the vote, von der Leyen said that the business model used by the networks of people smugglers must be broken and that outer borders must be strengthened.
The European Parliament has elected the new Commission led by Ursula von der Leyen. Hungarian Commissioner Oliver Várhelyi will be responsible for the portfolio Neighbourhood and Enlargement.
My message is simple. Let's get to work.
This is what von der Leyen said in her speech before the voting. The German politician called the establishment of the new Commission a new starting point and warmly welcomed the commissioners, among them Oliver Várhelyi.
I'm happy to have such an experienced diplomat as Josep Borrell on our team, working alongside with Jutta Urpilainen, Olivier Várhelyi and János Lenarčič. They will do an invaluable job together.
The outgoing Juncker Commission conducted a misfortunate migration policy and a misguided economic policy, said Tamás Deutsch. The representative of Fidesz and the European Parliament added there is need for a new chapter and a fundamental change in direction in the European Union. The politician also pointed out that he expects the Commission to cooperate in more jurisdictions. We want the Commission to be a partner in helping the EU stop migration. We want changes within the EU which allow the notion of a Europe of strong nation-states and where we can work together on defending Christian culture. Moreover, there is need for quick and effective decision-making in order to be able to avoid the weakening of the European economy, said Tamás Deutsch. The Fidesz politician called the election of Oliver Várhelyi as Commissioner for Neighbourhood and Enlargement Policy as the biggest diplomatic success for Hungary in the past 10 years.
Space, the final frontier. Hungary hopes to send an astronaut into space in 2024. That's what Hungary's Foreign Affairs and Trade Minister said at a ministerial council meeting of the European Space Agency in Seville, Spain. Péter Szijjártó pointed out that the space industry will become one of the most important industries in the future, while for Hungary, it will be an opportunity to develop and expand.
We are beginning our preparations to send the second Hungarian astronaut to space in 2024 to carry out scientific and research work there, namely at the International Space Station. In addition, evidence of our return to the peaceful uses of space is the fact that the second and third Hungarian satellites of the Hungarian space industry, which will perform unique measurements in the upper atmosphere, will be shot into space from New Zealand.
More than 4.5 million people are actively working in Hungary. That's an employment rate of more than 70%, which for the European Union is extremely good. Unemployment has also gone down to 3.5%, which shows that more and more people who were registered as unemployed and those who were in public works projects had found work. It usually follows that the more employed, the better economic growth, and the more wages go up.
This year, the construction industry presented the most job opportunities in Hungary. Companies are continuously hiring new people, for example, more and more public works employees. Due to this, the number of public employees has fallen to about 100,000. The National Federation of Hungarian Building Contractors launched its Calling Home campaign this year to help the business sectors. The aim of the initiative is to attract construction workers back to the country who are working abroad. The president of the organization has said that the experiences have been so far positive. We are at a point now where the number of people leaving doesn't outnumber those who are returning, and we would like to move in a positive direction from this break-even point, László Koi said. It's mainly thanks to the building industry that between August and October, the number of those employed has grown once again by 18,000 people to be exact. With this, there are now 4,520,000 people working in Hungary. Almost 10 years ago, this number was 3,800,000. With this, the employment ratio has gone above 70%, meaning that there hasn't been this many people employed since the regime change with the fall of communism. At the same time, the number of those unemployed has fallen below 170,000, which means the unemployment rate is now 3.5%, making it one of the lowest in the European Union. 10 years ago, this figure was above 10%. The ever-increasing employment rate is also giving the economy a boost. In relation to this, the last year and in the first 3 quarters of this year, GDP has grown by 5.1% in a yearly comparison, which is also considered to be an outstanding result in the EU.
Budapest City Council has given its okay to build an athletic stadium called the National Athletic Center, which would host the World Championships in 2023. Besides the committee working on this, many athletes and celebrities also gave their support for the project. And prior to the City Council meeting today, many young athletes demonstrated outside in support of the stadium.
Megrendezhető az atlétikai világbajnokság.
The Minister of the Prime Minister's office, Gergely Gulyás, announced on Tuesday that all obstacles have been lifted for hosting the 2023 World Athletic Championships. The Council of Csepel decided a week ago, and the municipality of Ferencváros voted on Monday to support investments related to the event. This is how the athletic park, serving as the center of the championships, will look like. According to plans, the arena would keep functioning as the base for Hungarian athletics after the championships as well. A public park of 70 hectares and a leisure park are also part of the planned investments in the district of Ferencváros and Csepel. Athletes, public figures and organizations have all supported the investments and the hosting of the World Championships over the past few weeks. Before the Wednesday meeting of the General Assembly of Budapest, sportsmen of many athletic associations demonstrated in favor of the sports center. Bronze medalist, world champion hurdler Balázs Bai pointed out to public media TV that a successful World Championship hosted by Budapest would bring development to the city and would determine the future of athletics as well. I attended the 2004 Indoor World Championships as a child, and that was a very important moment in my life. It gave an awful lot of motivation in my sports career, among them all the domestic and international championships in Hungary. I'm sure that for athletes, young fans, and all those who watch it, and for practically the entire nation, this could be a very important occasion, Balázs Bai said. According to Miklós Gyulai, the president of the Hungarian Athletics Association, one of the biggest advantages of the newly built sports center will be that everyone will be allowed to use it. A sport can only truly develop if we show the children and youth choosing the sport that there is a reason to be doing that particular sport, to show them that they're in a good place, in a nice environment where they don't have to fear anybody. These are important things. This is what we want to strengthen, to let people know that they can come here and run, exercise and work on their health, Miklós Gyulai said. At its meeting on Wednesday, the City Council also unanimously agreed on the proposal to hold the world competition.
Hungarian film fans have also thanked both the screenwriter and producer of the made-for-TV movie Eternal Winter after it won an international Emmy earlier this week. The protagonist of the film, written by Norbert Köbli and produced by Tamás Lajos, had personally accepted the award in New York. Marina Guerra won for Best Performance by an Actress. She was also the first Hungarian to ever win an international Emmy. Another Hungarian film, Trezor, was also up for an Emmy, but lost out to an Australian production. The screenwriter for Eternal Winter told public media's M1 News show that the award shows that interesting films can be made based on Hungarian historical events. He also talked about what it was like for him when Marina Guerra's name was announced.
It was unbelievable when we heard the name Marina Guerra. And so we were very proud. We stood up, applauded, yelled and took photos and videos. And then one night had to pass for us, or at least for me, to start to realize in the morning that something had happened, something great had happened. The way it affected the whole of Hungary, the attention and love in our direction was overwhelming.
More than 34,000 wild geese are currently at Old Lake in Tata in northern Hungary. And on November 30th, just like every year, the city will celebrate the arrival of the geese. A whole day of programs await locals and visitors, including showing how birds are marked for research purposes. And along the lake, several hundred telescopes and binoculars are set up to help you get a bird's-eye view of the feathered friends. And as we approach the first Advent Sunday, this Sunday, a company specializing in Christmas ornaments in Tarnok near Budapest is holding an open-door event. The family-owned business manufactures its products the old-fashioned way, by hand, such as hand-painted ornaments, but not exclusively, as they also have the latest technology to make products. And of course, visitors can also purchase products at a shop right beside the factory. And that's all for now. But don't forget, you can catch Hungary Reports every night after the 11 p.m. Hungarian news and online, as always. Please stick around now, if you can, for our German, Russian, and Chinese language news. Thanks very much for watching, and viszontlátásra.